Hello everyone, Happy New Year. This is Zeffy from I Am Zeffy and I Love to Scrap, and I want to show you my December journal. I usually do Journal Your Christmas with Shamel Lane, and I don't follow her religiously. I get inspired. On days I do things that she prompts, other days I just read her prompts. I love her in focus photographic tips, although I still believe I can learn a lot from her. When I ordered this mini album, it is the Believe mini album from Heidi Swap. I did realize that the album would be small and it would turn out to be chunky, but because I wasn't well, I knew I didn't have the time nor the energy to custom make my album. So I began the album. It's turned out to be a monster. It stands open at almost 45 degrees, and I've just come to terms that this is how it's going to be. I'm not even going to try and close it. So because the album is already bulky, I wasn't worried to add the Father Christmas on here. That's a blackboard. I went with a blackboard theme because that was very in this year. I've stuck a whole lot of stuff at the back here. My sister from South Africa had sent us gifts wrapped in lime green tissue paper with this ribbon. My daughter Rafaela had put this on all our Christmas presents, so that's here. This little charm, this is a little reindeer that needed to be on here because my little grandson believes reindeers fly. And this charm with the 13, that's the 13, and then it's like a cord with a little goodie here and a little eye, is something that my husband had on his keys for the whole year. My daughter had made that for him last year, and he took it off in the new year, so of course I added it here. And then of course I also have a little no man, as my little grandson calls them. So the no man had to feature, the snowman. On the first we had gone to a crop and we got this button, so I think all the Greek girls, because we have a friend Eleni that instigated, and a lot of the Greek girls did December daily this year. I think we all have this on our page. That's a little button thing from the crop. And then Irini had given me a prize I'd won on Get Creative, and it was in here. So I used this envelope for it, and I've used the calendar there. And because I knew my album was going to be small, and I know that I have a lot of photos, I decided to do photo sleeves on some of the pages. And I had this Making Memories, these page protectors, so I decided to utilize them. So what I did was I just measured the width of the page protector, and then I cut a strip of colored paper, as you can see here. I glued it down very gently, and then I machined it and punched the holes in, and then just cut off the strip that was extra. And of course I've kept this. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's here. So I've used the photos, and I've used black paper with chalk. I wrote these things on with chalk, and then I've got some die cuts with chalk on there. Okay. Some of the days are according to Shamel's prompts, for instance the memories and the to-do list. This is a to-do list that I had from 2011. And it was just lying in my mini. I hadn't actually stuck it in anywhere. So, and I loved the way it had aged. So I just wrote 213 in pen, and I just used it this year, and I've put it in here. That's one of the days when I was making my graphic 45 houses. And so it goes. You see, here's another sleeve. This is the day we decorated our tree. That is my best photo for this year. my little grandson who turns 2 in December, helped put up all the baubles with his tiny little hands. They're so nimble, his fingers. So he was really good. And that's him with his mum's tummy. So I love that photo too. We opened champagne on the day. So I've used the cork and I've used some of the foil there. And I've done a lot of journaling as well. So this, just by the way, this little kitsch piece of tinsel is a decoration that one of my children had done at nursery school. So I've incorporated some of that in here too. I also did old photos of my kids. This was a photo, an old photo. Okay. Then while I was doing this, Nelson Mandela died in South Africa, and I was born in South Africa, so I decided on the 10th was his Memorial Day. I decided to pay tribute to him. So I downloaded a little article, and this photo is the most touching, and I lived this moment. I was watching TV when Mandela appeared on the rugby field the first time to say hello, and then afterwards to give the trophy. So, and then afterwards we got into the car with the children and my maid to celebrate in our neighborhood. My husband was at this game, so I downloaded someone's report. He had remembered, Andrew Beatty, and like it says, 13 hours ago. And this is basically the story. And at the back here, I just wrote my memories. And then this is a card that my sister had sent me in 2011. So I just mounted it on some black paper and, wrote there. And then over here, I need to actually print this photo. It's the photo I want of my grandson and my son-in-law lighting the fire. So that's a little bit of extra. I had ordered a 6x6 paper pad to supplement this, so I've made a pocket with that here. These are just a couple of days that I didn't take photos, or I had a few photos. You see, that's the 11th, so I've done 2 or 3 days on these tags. Let me just tell you about this. This is a church in our neighborhood that they had painted, and it was originally all white, and they'd left those domes orange, and it used to worry me tremendously that they left them orange. But what had happened, that was the waterproofing. And like 2 years later, they painted it white. I was so happy this day when I saw this church white again, so I needed to take a photo of that. A little bit crazy. My little grandson turns 2 on the 2nd of December, so we have his birthday and his birthday party here. Oh yes. And then when my hubby came home, I actually haven't put a photo of the parcel, but there was this big parcel that had a fragile sticker on it, and I was suspecting it was a present for me, and it was a Sizzix, a silhouette. So then I cut some stuff out with the silhouette. Let me show you. Oh, here on the Christmas page, you see I then cut Christmas and blessings on my silhouette, so I was very happy to use it that way. And there's some tags, and so the album goes on like that. I'm not going to bore you with everything. I added little pockets there. And here I've got a title that says No Men. Although it didn't snow this year. That's the little one eating Christmas honey cookies. He loves them. He used to call them honey. That's 3 generations. 4 generations actually of Constantinidis. Oh, and then just interestingly enough, my sister had sent me these little owl tags and envelopes, so I needed to use this, and I have my journaling in there. I actually wanted to cut out a 214 on my silhouette, but I haven't done that. And that's it. And then I've added this card at the end here for maybe an extra photo. So that's the book. I took it up until January the 5th. So there we have it. I hope you like it. And I'll be back with more videos. Got lots of things up my sleeve, so keep well. Bye.